Let's go.
Let's go, dude. Ice is clean. Again, throwing up this bracket here. Lakeville South will take on Rosemount here after this game. Loser of that will take on the loser of this game. Cottage Grove versus Rochester. Looks like at this point it'll be Rochester unless we make some miraculous comeback here. Down 5-0 heading into the third. Shots are 25-14. Rosemount, a talented team. We've beat them. We've won and lost against them. So we'll see how we can do here. Again, we've got a bunch of guys who are second years. 10 second years that will be moving on to high school hockey. Hoping to extend their Bantam AA season here by winning one of our first 2 games. Again, flashing that bracket up, assuming that this game continues along the same pathway. We'll be here Monday night, 6:30 p.m. to try to squeeze out one more victory and extend our season. If we can win that game, then we'll move on to regions no matter what the remainder outcome is. So, again, this third period is key. Team stepping up for that initial face-off. 15 minutes on the clock. See if this camera changed helped. Mustangs fire shot in. Cottage Grove now behind the net. They ring that around to the far side. Bradley over there. Cottage Grove chipping that to the middle. Now down the far side. Masters falls. Hunter Peterson now behind the net to Wiesner. Up the near side. That's off a stick. All the way down. No icing. Oh, that goalie pass just off of Masters' stick. Big pile up on those far boards. Hunter Peterson trying to dig that puck out with Masters and Bradley pinned up against the boards. Loose puck. Trying to gain possession now. Cottage Grove trying to chip that forward. Now we get a whistle. Face off on the far side. Kohler Peterson in for that draw. Loose puck. Cottage Grove chips that all the way down. Now behind the net on the near side. Lusk. He tries to get that to the middle. Can't. Sage behind the net to Wiedrich. Wiedrich tries to make a cross-ice pass. Turnover. He fans on that cross-ice pass. Loose puck steered to the slot. Goes through everybody. Cottage Grove keeps that low. Now on the near side. Cottage Grove spins, comes through the slot. Broken up by Sage. Another toe drag. Sage picks that up. He comes down. Now down the far side. Gets that to the net. 2 Cottage Grove players on Wiedrich. Cottage Grove working that to the far side now. Turnover as Joe Getchell applies the pressure. McGill. He gets bodied in the far side corner. Puck squirts out. The Mustangs go to retrieve it. Really not. Now to the near side. Now up the middle to Joe. Joe gets across the red, dumps it down. Cottage Grove stops it behind the net. Wiesner pinching from his position. Puck gets out. Loose puck here on the near side. Now Wiesner on the far side. He spins, gets that near side to Cawthorn. Cawthorn up the near side wall. He gets across the red, dumps it down. Cottage Grove now up the near side wall. fires that to the far side. Big shot by Masters. Blocker saved by Cottage Grove. Now we have a whistle. $11:55 remaining. Masters in for this draw. Young picks it up in the slot, fires a shot. That pops off the goaltender's stick. Bradley in the far corner now, spinning. So he gets hooked. Not sure how you can't call a hook. It's right in his elbow. Down the near side, Masters racing to get to that puck. On the near side, Boris comes up to Hangy. Shot blocked by Cottage Grove, and then they fling that down to all the way down the ice for an icing. Cottage Grove able to get that out. They come down the far side. Sage able to poke that away. Trying to work that up and out of the zone. Now on the near side. Now it comes out. Lust trying to chip that to Weidrich. Cottage Grove gets it back. They fire it down behind Elliott as he stops that for Sage. Now Sage coming out. He goes far side to Weidrich. Weidrich's got a step. Comes down. Loses the puck in the corner. Now up the wall. We'll fire that on net. Wiesner pinching. He goes down to Weidrich in the corner. Cottage Grove gets that across, D to D. They go up the near side wall. Taken away by Cothran as he fires that in. Now we have an offsides. Face-off outside the Cottage Grove zone. Getchell for this draw. Cottage Grove wins that back. Sorry, I had to turn my phone down. Cottage Grove trying to walk to the middle, taken away by Hangy. Hangy walks up through the zone and loses it. Now we're able to poke it out. Schletty walking across the red. Joe Getchell picking that puck up, firing that off a Cottage Grove leg. Picks that up on the far side now. He goes up to the point. Shot by Cawthorn is off of a Cottage Grove player and into the netting. 9:47 remaining. I think I figured out what the delay was on my side. This reinforced Wi-Fi, which causes a 1 second delay between what I see and what the rink sees. Stream seemed to be okay. I couldn't get my other cameras to work, so Cottage Grove trying to hit that quick exit pass, and that goes past their player all the way down for an icing. So we'll have another face-off here. Cottage Grove chips in on the near side. Masters, he takes a spill, comes up to the point. Cawthorn fires a shot that's blocked. Masters picks it up in the high slot, can't grab it. Cottage Grove chips that around. Now picked up by Bradley as he walks in, fires a shot. Goaltender makes a glove save, loose puck. Cottage Grove just trying to keep that puck moving, I guess. Didn't want to freeze it. Now out to the near side, now down the far side. Kohler Peterson showing a burst of speed. Lust now pokes that away in the corner. Lust trying to walk out to the middle. That's out to the point. Sage picks it up, fires a shot, rebound. Steered into the corner. Cottage Grove was able to backhand that out. Now we got Hunter Peterson back. Cottage Grove coming down. Now walking through the middle. Shot fired high. Hits the top of the net. Looks like a timeout was called. Timeout Cottage Grove. Seems odd. Shots are 25-19 with your Mustangs taking, starting this third period off right. Again, just like to thank our sponsors. Sorensen, Jacobson's, Minnesota Ice, Jimmy's, ETS, Paramark, Rochester VFW 1215. Thanks for making this a great season for the boys. Interesting timeout by Cottage Grove. They're up 5-0 for God's sakes. It ain't worth winning if you don't win big, I guess. So a face-off back in the Rochester zone. McGill will step in for this draw. Backhanded around the near side. Cottage Grove able to hold that in. They fire a shot. That tipped just through Elliott's legs. Loose puck. Now we have a whistle, and that came off, looks like. Shot was tipped just through Elliott's legs. Squirts through. Just missing that post. And Cottage Grove tries to work that back to the slot quickly. Face off here on the near side. Sage works that down across the far boards. No icing. Cottage Grove now comes back through the middle. Coming down on Sage. Sage trying to get a stick on that. Peterson now behind the net. Loose puck in the slot. Picked up by Wiedrich. He gets bodied off on the near side boards. Sage on the near side. That's off Schletty's stick and out into the box. 8:16 remaining. I must have had my clock running, so we'll get that straight. 8:16. Getchell in for this draw. Now to the far side. They retreat into their zone. That's chipped up and out of the zone. Now there's a race for it. Wiesner back. He spins. Up off the boards. Hitting Bradley, who comes down. Joe Getchell on the side of that wing now. Looks like the coaches are changing up lines here slightly. Joe Getchell throws a puck in on Bradley. Bradley dumps it down on the far side, and Cottage Grove up and off the glass. Cottage Grove now to the near side. It's like we're still rotating all three lines here late into the third. Make sure we give everybody some ice time. Wiesner up to Schletty, who chips it out. And we'll have an icing. 7:03. Peterson loses that draw. Cottage Grove gets that to the slot and fires a shot wide. Comes out of the zone now. Cottage Grove chipping that to the far side. Hangy is there. Or Peterson on those far boards. Hangy up to Weidrich. Weidrich trying to chip that around. Hangy back to Wiesner. Wiesner up the boards. Cottage Grove takes that away. Peterson takes a body. Out on the near side, Cottage Grove can't hold that in. Goaltender comes out to play it. He throws a big saucer up the near side boards. Masters coming across the blue. Wiesner. Now we have a penalty. Slashing on Cottage Grove. So we'll go on the power play with 6:09. See if we can get some magic going here. Loose puck comes up to the blue line. Shot by Haney's directed up into the netting by the goaltender. Shot and a goal by Young right off the face-off. Mustangs within 4 here with 6 minutes remaining. Power play goal by Young. Puck was loose in the offensive face-off circle, and Young stepped forward and fired a shot below the goaltender's pad. Puck in the slot, goes all the way down to Cottage Grove end. Weidrich picks that up, side of the net now. He gets blasted from behind and side. .547 remaining. Weidrich with a shot. Goaltender looking for it. Caleb goes to check, make sure it's not behind him. So Kohler wins that draw. Caleb does a quick little toe drag and shot. Caleb Weidrich now backhand to the front of the net. Another scoring opportunity here by this line right off the face-off. Loose puck, Caleb Weidrich walking to the front of the net. Misses. Had a rebound opportunity, missed that open net. Tried to go far side. That would have been a key goal there. Couldn't get that in. Now Cottage Grove walking out of the zone. Sadge able to run him off. Out on the other side to Wiesner, up to Lusk. Lusk through the legs. Caleb Weidrich picking that up. Cottage Grove takes that loose puck away. Now coming up to the neutral zone. Out to the near side. Rochester dumping that down with 4:48 remaining. Loose puck on the far side. There's a cross check to the back. Cottage Grove now can't keep that puck in. They have to regroup. Off the near side. Gill spinning. Luckily, he didn't get his head taken off there. Now behind the net, Joe Getchell reverses that to Cawthorn. Cawthorn up the middle to Hangy. Hangy at the far boards. And now we have an offsides. 4:02 remaining. Face off outside the Mustang zone. Cottage Grove wins that. They go far. Near side. They dump that down. Wiesner back to retrieve. Yeah, that's an interference. Centering pass broken up by Masters as he comes down the near side now. Now cutting through the middle. And Bradley was off on the far side. Well, I don't think it's off if Cottage Grove carries it back in their own zone. Check the rule book on that. 3:44. Masters wins that draw to the near side. Cottage Grove flips it up into the stands for a whistle. Masters in for this draw. Cottage Grove up through the middle. That's past everybody. Peterson has to go back for it. No icing. Peterson chips it to the near side to Wiesner. Wiesner up the boards. Young. Masters is able to chip that out as Cottage Grove regroups now to the far side. Cottage Grove dumps that down now on the far boards. Peterson up the boards to Bradley. Bradley dances there at the red line. He's able to chip that down. Working it up the blue line. Caleb Wiedrich now picks it up at the blue line, fires a shot, glove save. No rebound. Face off, comes back to Sag, that's tipped. Far side, able to hold that in. Sag steps up, fires a shot, no rebound. 2:24 remaining. Shots are 26-23. Rochester putting a lot more pressure on here in the third. Peterson in for this draw. That comes back to Hangy. Hangy fires a shot, rebound. Can't get that second shot on net. Oh, backhand that into the box on the Cottage Grove side. So we'll have another whistle. Cottage Grove wins that draw behind the net. That goes off the side of the net, popped up to the front. Well, Cottage Grove gets it out. Loose puck on the near side boards. Anderson stepping up through the neutral zone. He gets across the red, fires that in. Cottage Grove up the boards. Cawthorn back to Wiesner. Wiesner up the middle. Schletty picks it up, fires a shot. That gets steered wide. Anderson. Cottage Grove up through the middle. Getting around Wiesner. Tries to drag to the far side. Good defensive play by Cawthorn. Out of the near side. That's off Schletty, sticking all the way down for an icing. 1:17 remaining. far corner. Masters digging. Wiesner picks it up behind the net. Now around the near side. That's off Young's stick. Young gets it back. Coming down. He cuts to the middle. Oh, decides to give it up as he comes through the slot. I'd like to see him drive that middle and take a shot. Here's Cawthorn's back for it. He chips it up the near side boards. 50 seconds remaining. Young coming down now, near side. Throws a shot off the blocker. 41 seconds. Cottage Grove throws it off the wall. Hunter Peterson picks it up. Near side to Hangy. Hangy comes down with 30 seconds remaining. He chips that behind the net. Lusk chasing. Now on the far side, not able to hold that in. That goes into the bench with 22 seconds. Rounded up to 23. Loose puck. Weidger trying to grab it. He backhands that to Peterson. Peterson up the wall to Peterson. Cross to Hangy. Hangy back to Kohler. Back to Hunter. Near side to Lust. Lust can't get that up to Weidrich in front of the net. And that goes into the netting with 4 seconds remaining. Lusk in for this draw. Loose puck. Trying to find it. That's his man. So opening round loss here by your Mustangs. Here as teams shake hands. Cottage Grove coming out to a much faster start than your Mustangs. So we'll head to the consolation bracket. We'll take on the loser of Lakeville South Rosemount. That game is next. And that game will be played tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Again, it's win or go home here at this point. Again, looking at the bracket, if we don't win that next game, our season is over. Again, top 6 move on. So we'll see if your Mustangs can muster a little bit more consistent effort through 3 periods. We seem to own the 3rd period. Just Caleb Weidrich had a chance, a couple more chance tips. Could have brought that a little bit closer, 5-2, 5-3-ish. So we'll be back on the air tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.